Good morning, everybody. It's Kylie here from Hello Crafter in my craft room to bring you another card class. And this time we're featuring crafting with you. Firstly, I have to apologise for my hair. There's no excusing it. I did think about just going camera down today, but I just thought it's fine. It's often like this. And then I had to go and get well, I didn't get a fresh cup of tea. I heated it up in the microwave for the second time today. So that's what I just had to do. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days, I think. But anyway, Friday morning. So I'm here live from my craft room. I do a free online card class every week, and I feature a different stamp set every week or product. And we just do some crafting, and you're free to watch, join along, craft along with me, copy the projects. Feel free to use the ideas and for inspiration. But I also offer the kits for free. So what I'm making today, I've got a kit to make 2 of each of the 3 cards, so 6 cards, and I offer that for free with a purchase in my online store. So you can go onto my shop, which there's a link below in the video. You can place your order. If it's £25 or more and you've used that host code, then I will send the kit out in the post for you. You've got until Monday evening to order. I've extended it over the bank holiday just to give you a little bit more time to put your order in. And I have a host code for this class, so it's a different code every week. So that code lets me know which class you want. But the code ends Monday night at 10 p.m. So that's the one to use for this particular set of projects. Now I'll show you, I'll put you down, I'll show you the projects, and then I'll show you the kit. Exit. Let me put this one on like that. Okay, right, we're doing rainbows today. So here's the stamp set, crafting with you. It's a crafting themed stamp set. So I immediately fell in love with it as soon as I saw it in the catalogue. Thought, right, got to get that. The tiny little cut and emboss machine stamp is my favourite. I just love it so much because look how accurate it is. There's the machine. There's the stamp. It's just so cute. And it comes with a set of dies as well, which I don't have. Well, they're kind of scattered everywhere because I'm kind of still using them today. So you've got dies that cut out these images, all of these, and then you've got additional dies that do other things like the embroidery hoop, the scissors. You've got the little cutter and trimmer, which I used on Sunday night. So go back to that video to have a look at that one in action. I'll show you the card again. So this little trimmer die, which has got this tiny little trimmer blade on it as well, so you can cut that out. So the dies are really good as well. So these are the cards we're making, rainbow themed as well. I just fancied a little bit of colour this week. Oh, I've got a rainbow top on as well. I honestly did not plan that. I just realised I've themed myself to my cards. But if you're watching live or later on replay, then pop a little comment in, that helps me and lets me know that someone's watching as well and where you're watching from. You normally get a few people kind of watching live depending on work schedules, because Friday mornings. But anyway, if you're on, just give me a little hi. So the kit that you would receive for free from me looks a bit like this. You always get a tea bag and a little treat as well. So you need something while you're crafting. You'll have the link to the tutorial so you can find it again easily. And then you've got your kits here. So I have done die cutting for you actually in here. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but it just means that you can recreate the projects even if you don't have the die set. You'll want the stamps, but if you don't want the stamps, that's fine, because you can put any, you know, these layouts would work with anything. So actually you don't need the stamps to be able to complete some nice cards. I'll just show you the techniques and then you use what you have. So they're the 3 card kits. So you've got 2 spare card for stamping, post-it notes, which I'll explain later, and so that's what your kit looks like. So all of that free with a purchase before Monday night. So what have we got then? Let's start with this one. And if you've got any questions at all while I'm crafting, just pop on. If I don't see them while I'm crafting, I will definitely reply afterwards. Hi Steph, good morning. You're up. I'm quite impressed. Okay, this is what's inside this kit. So you've got a white card base, standard A5, scored and folded in half, and actually all 3 cards start with the same basic element. So a white card base and a piece of white that measures 10 centimeters by 14.3. I realized that all of the 3 card designs start with that. So nice and simple, actually. It just means that you don't have too many measurements to remember. So we start by gluing these strips on. So these strips are 14.3, the same as this white base, by 2 centimeters, and you've got 5 colors. I'm using Berry Burst, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Parakeet Party, and Azure Afternoon. So Berry Burst and Azure Afternoon are the 2 new colours. Berry Burst is a returning colour. Berry Burst we used to have a few years back. Azure Afternoon is a brand new, lovely, fresh. It's not really turquoise, but it's just a really nice blue. I'll show you it compared to the in colour. So this is Tahitian Tide that we've got as one of the in colours, and it's a little bit darker than that. It's just a really nice kind of mid fresh looking blue. I like it a lot. Right, so easiest way to stick these on, you can cover this with glue and then stick them on, but that can get a bit messy, so I'll just put a bit of glue on one end. These are too long. Like, what's going on with these? I didn't trim them down. They're supposed to be 14.3. That's I'll leave them for now, and then I'll just trim them off at the end. So they'll have a little bit of overhang, but we'll cut them off. Don't worry, I'll double check the ones in the kits and make sure that they're the right size. So let's go. So rainbow order is Berry Burst, then Pumpkin Pie, then we've got Daffodil Delight next, and oh no, drilling at 8 AM, how rude. So these should, in theory, if I've done my cutting well, fit nicely on that panel. If there's anything overlapping, if there's any kind of white bit showing around the edges, you can trim it off just to make it neat. So just, I'm just going to trim those little bits off there, and I don't really need to do this, but I'm just going to trim just a little sliver off there just to neaten that edge too. Right, so as long as you've not overlapped them, they've just gone right up next to each other on the thing, so it's nice and flat, so we can do some stamping onto here. I'm just taking black ink and a range of these stamps just to do a design. I like to start with the biggest ones first, and then just make sure that's well inked, and then nice even pressure just so that you get a good stamped image. And then I'll put one there, and then another one down here, and I'm just going to do the cut and emboss. Do one up here, and there. Do a little handle of one there. And we've got the lovely little balls of wool. So put one there. And then these cute little paint brushes. So I just fill in the gaps. And just rotate them a bit. Yep, that'll do. I've got that fairly even. So that's an easy way just to get some pattern on there. I'm thinking it will look quite nice, maybe embossed in white as well. That may be a step too far for me this morning. So we'll stick with the black ink because I think it's quite effective on the rainbow. So we've got a stamped element on there. If I do, so I've done the cut and emboss on that one, so I'll do the little sewing machine. I didn't prepare that before, so I'll do that now. So I've got some scrap white, black ink, put that on. Oh, that's not stamped very well. Let's do that again. It's better. And I'll cut that out. I have actually got my mini machine out. It is very cute. Put that back so I don't lose it. I've also got these stitched circles out of vellum, so that's a good trick for putting an element on a really kind of loud background. The vellum softens it a bit. And then we've got a little white strip to go across for the sentiment as well. So I'm just going to put something small on there. I'll just put in fact, I'll just take one from here, the Dainty Delight, because I quite fancy a Celebrate You one for this card. And it's should fit. Let's test it. Right, I'm going to build it now. So this gets stuck on your card base. I'm just going to glue that down. It's kind of hiding the sentiment a little bit. Do you think that matters? Or maybe I put it up like that. That should be fine. Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to put foam pads on the back of this sewing machine. I'm going to stick that on the centre of my vellum, flip it over, and then I can add some more foam pads where they'll be hidden. And now just pop that in place. And then the scissors. So I've die cut the scissor die. In fact, I'll do it for you so you can see how it comes out. This is a little bit of silver foil. I'm being really frugal because I can't bother to go and delve for a bigger bit, but it just about fits on. And then what comes out of that is two sides of the scissors and a tiny little dot that you can use. And then again, repeating that with the black. Try and save that little dot because I didn't last time. And get that handle out. Okay, and because I've got two, so I could have black scissors, I could have plain silver scissors, or I could have a combination of both. So I'll show you how I've done that. Don't know whether I can zoom in a little bit. Let's try. Yeah. So I'm cutting just the handles off. So I'm just kind of making a straight-ish cut where this point goes in. Like that. It doesn't really matter where you cut it. And then it's easier to stick the handles onto the silver scissors than the other way around. So little tiny bit of glue around the handle, really tiny bit. If you're good with tweezers, this would be a good one to get your tweezers out for. I don't actually use them, but I think I probably should, because it's a good way to get these little tiny bits together. And then tiny bit of glue just in the side without the hole, and then the bit with the hole goes on top. You just overlap them, and then you've got a bit of glue showing there, but that's where I either put a gem, or you can pick up this. Let's just flip that over. Pick it up with my take your pick tool and pop it in back in the centre like that. I don't know if you can see that. Glue's not quite dry yet, so I'm just going to be careful with it. They're just the cutest things. You need a tiny glue dot, a piece of foam pad. Just a little bit from the edge will do. Ah, it's not stuck. It's because it's foil. Takes a bit longer to dry, so I should have been a bit more patient there. Now, that's that one. Let's just lift this up again. You don't need to see my messy floor. I know I say this every week, but my room is carnage. It's not quite recovered from the show I did on Sunday, so I was very busy preparing for that and then doing that. So I've got a few bags in here that I haven't unpacked yet, and I've got surfaces covered. So I managed to clear my desk so that I could do some work yesterday, but it's a mess. Need to spend some time this afternoon tidying up. Right, let's do our second card. Where is it? We're going to do this one. Some more paper strips, and this time I've cut these. They're longer than you need, but they're 1 centimetre. They're just 1 centimetre wide in the 5 colours again. So we've got, again, the card base, the white card base, and the white layer, which is 10 by 14.3 centimetres. And we're going to lay the strips across. So a grid paper is really handy for this, because I can make sure my card piece is straight, and then I can, because the strips are longer than the card, I can make sure that they are straight too. If you want to be really accurate. So where did I put that? Put the first one about there. So just grab a little line of glue. And as long as the first one's straight, the rest of them should be straight. Get those on. So I recommend, if ever you're feeling a little bit rubbish, get in your craft room, get the rainbow colours out and just do some rainbow cards. It just makes you feel something about the colour and the brightness of the colours. I think really helps lift your mood. So I think it's kind of my go to. If I've lost my crafting mojo a little bit, then I'll quite often just get my rainbow colours out and do something in rainbow. Okay, so that's your background, and then, oh, I didn't cut myself. These. Right, so I've got to do a bit more die cutting. So I've got these embroidery hoops. I'm just going to cut them both out together at the same time. The white piece, and this is Pebble something, the new in colour. Oh my goodness, I forgot the name of it. Steph. Pebble. Polished Pebble? Oh, I can't remember. That's really bad, isn't it? The new ink, one of the new ink colours. What's that cut out? Oh dear, let me just go over that one again. I think sometimes you need to not be lazy and do a double cut. Well, let's cut the white bit. Fine. I don't need that outer bit, just need the inner bit of the white. But I need the Pebble outer. Pebble Path, thank you, Steph. It's a really lovely grey, lovely, and it's like a dark, warm grey. So we don't need those bits either. So I've got those, and then I've also got little tiny cotton reels. So you get two of each dies. They're tiny. I need to make sure that I don't lose these. So I'll just cut those out for now, but you get two of each. So I've got the Pebble cotton reel, and then I've got some white cotton to go on it. So I've die cut these out in white because then you can colour them if you want to. I've left mine just white, but right, so I need to stick my grid paper down. But I did do some more earlier. So, right, let's just put them to one side. We need to stamp on here. There's a really cute little flower stamp in this one. And I am going to colour it with my Stamp-Right markers. These are not the blends. These are not the alcohol markers. Stampin' Blends. These are the water-based markers. So it's exactly the same ink in here as in the ink pads. And then we can colour the stamp with the brush tip and just lay your tip flat rather than up at a steep angle. Use the side of the brush tip to get colour on. So I'm using all 5 of the same colours that I used in the card strips. if you're going to repeat these projects, so you can choose any colours. I'm going to breathe on this. I'm going to huff on it just to kind of reactivate the ink. And then stamp. We've got multiple colours on our stamp. So that's a really lovely technique to use on your stamps. I thought I might add just a little bit of extra sparkle though with my Wink of Stella brush, and just gently colour over that, and kind of, it adds a little bit of sparkle, but it also it reacts with the ink a little bit as well, so it softens any sort of imperfections. So it's a bit shimmery now. Okay, now I've glued this one on just flat, but I thought I would try something different with this one. If you turn them over and put them back together, take foam pads, and I'm just going to get the foam pad overlapping the line, the join. I'll put a few of them. I don't want the foam pads to be visible on the other side, but I just want to overlap so that I'm getting sticky on the frame and the white bit. And then put the one in the middle. So it should all hold in place now together. There, that works. So now it's raised up. Stamp your sentiment. Then the cotton reels. Let me just, I'm going to stick this on the cards next because I've lost my card base. Very strange. There's one. I'll stick that on now. I'll do my little cotton reels. So they are a little small. Just add a little bit of glue to the cotton reel, and then you can usually take your pick tool if you want to get these. And you can use, again, some little pieces of the foam pads. I'm just going to cut some bits off. Yeah, they're quite tiny. Hence why I can't talk while I'm doing it. I'm losing the ability to do fiddly things and talk at the same time. Okay, there we have it. Save those little cotton reels for later. Sorry, my grid paper's spinning everywhere. Yeah. So that's card number 2. And then we've got the third card, and this is just a stamping technique that I'm doing on here. Now you can stamp your images in individual colours on scrap card, which I will be providing with your kit, and then die cut them and then layer them up like this on your card. But I'm going to show you how to do some stamping and with a masking technique. So that's why you've got post-it notes in your kit. So sticky bit of the post-it note, and I think this might be too big to, I'm not going to do it that well. I'll show you with this. So just very, it doesn't have to be accurate, but I'm just going to get the flat edge of the stamp along the sticky bit. So I've got as much of the sticky bit under my stamp as possible. And I'm going to, as closely to the edge as I can, cut that out. And luckily this is a fairly simple shape to cut. You've got to kind of get around this handle though. Yeah. Okay, so you've got a bit of the sticky from the post-it note, just enough to hold it in place. Grab your card, and we're going to start. I'm going to start from this end with my berry burst. Clean my stamp off. And actually, if you want to keep a straight line, it's quite a good idea to do a little pencil line. So I'm just going to mark along this really faint line. I can rub that out later. So that's just, I'm going to use that as a guide. So I'm going to pop the bottom corner against that line so that I am going straight. So first one's first. Off the edge. And now take your mask, pop it over it. Make sure that stamp's covered. And then take your next colour. Pumpkin pie. And then pop in my bottom corner on the line and overlapping by about that much. And then when you take your mask off, it looks like that second one's behind. And then you can go along, do your next one. Daffodil Delight. Parakeet Party. And there's just about room for the blue. Yeah, that's that black ink soaked through there because it's got wet. So I've just got a little bit of black ink on there. So that's why I've provided you with a few post-it notes so you can actually do a couple of masks, or just make sure it's dry. Yeah, it's I didn't realise it'd do that. This one was all right, didn't come through. Yeah, I might have to redo that one. Just put your sentiment in black along the bottom. And then there's a tiny little heart stamp in the set. So I should have left my ink pads open. But just going to add a few little hearts dotted around. Get some in all of the colours. And then that can be stuck onto your card base. Let's get my eraser. Okay, and that's card number 3, another rainbow stamped card. And you can actually do that technique with any stamp. So I'm just thinking like flowers would look really great. Just a line of them masked off so that they look like they're sort of stacked behind each other. So yeah, I'd love to see your ideas for those. Hope you enjoyed those projects. And I hope you have fun with that stamp set and die set if you were to get that. So just let me know if you need any help with any ordering or anything else you need, or the new catalogue. I've sent out a batch of catalogues this week, so if you haven't already got it, which you should have if you haven't, they should be winging their way to you if you've requested one. So I've got a form that I've been sending out to people to pop in their details, so that helps me with addresses and that kind of thing. So if you haven't requested one yet, just let me know if you want one. I've got a small, I mean, I gave out lots at the weekend at the event, but I have got a small stash still that I'll be giving out when if you haven't already got one and you come to one of my catalogue parties, which are week on Sunday. It's the 14th. You can join online my catalogue party for free, or £7 with the craft along kit, which is 3 cards that we'll be making together. Or you can come over to mine in the afternoon and have cream tea with me. So I'm doing my cream tea catalogue party in the afternoon at 1 o'clock. So 2 ways to join my catalogue parties. We're just going to have some fun creating some projects with the new stuff, so it will be lovely to see you. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to go now. Have a really, really good bank holiday weekend. Hope you've got some lovely plans. There's all sorts of coronation stuff going on if you're watching that tomorrow, or got some kind of community stuff going on. But have fun anyway, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.